Hey guys, so it's just coming up to 7 a.m. so we're going to get started. So if you just come to the front of your mats, stand in Tadasana, and we'll begin with a quick warm-up. We're going to roll our shoulders back and down, maybe 5 times backwards, and then 5 times forwards. When you've gone 5 times in both directions, we're just going to inhale to lift one arm up, reaching up tall. You're going to exhale as you reach over to the other side. Inhale back to center, switch over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the other side. We're just going to alternate from side to side 5 times in total on each side, so 10 rotations. Really inhaling to lift and reach, exhaling to fold. One more time each side. And then this time, take your arms out wide. We're going to wrap the arms around us as we twist to look behind, come back to center and go in the opposite direction. So you're just going to let the arms swing and open. Again, we're looking for 5 to 6 rotations on each side. Just let the arms fall, maybe hitting the top of your shoulder and your lower back. One more each side. And then just slowly come back to center, and we're going to inhale to lift and reach all the way up, extended Tadasana, and then exhale as we come down into our Uttanasana forward fold with a ragdoll variation. So if you're new to this, bend at the knees, draw your chest over your thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and just hold opposite hand to opposite elbow. And you can swing from side to side, or if you want to, bounce up and down, whatever your body is asking for you to do. You can even stay still if you want. Just take a few deep breaths here, really easing into your glutes, your hamstrings, and your lower back. 2 more deep breaths for me. And then inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance, palms together. Exhale, come down into garland pose. We'll just take 5 little pulses at the bottom of here or so. And then we're going to inhale to come all the way up, heel toe the feet back together again. And then we're going to exhale to come back down into that ragdoll. From here, just take the hands to the front of the mat, walk the feet back, find your down facing dog position, and pedal out your feet, your calves, your ankles, your hamstrings. Finding that length in the spine, tailbone high towards the sky, crown of the head towards the floor. As you press through the arms, think about opening up those shoulders as well. Couple more pedals on each foot. And then we're going to slowly walk the feet all the way back to the back of the mat, finding our Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe our feet out to the edges of the mat. And then inhale as we come all the way up. Extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale, come back down into garland pose. We're going to inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to come back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to come back down. One last time. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to come back down. Palms to the floor, heel toe your feet back underneath you in your Uttanasana forward fold, and then walk your hands all the way to the front of the mat and find your plank position. Option to drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. From here, you're going to take your right foot outside of your right hand into a lizard lunge. Lift and twist your right hand up towards the ceiling as you take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale as you try and reach that elbow to the floor. Don't worry if it doesn't touch. Just try and open up the hip and the groin area. We're going for 5 reps on each side. When you've done 5 reps on your right side, replace the hand to the floor, step back to down facing dog, and switch sides. So left foot comes outside of left hand. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow taps to the ground. Again, 5 reps on each side. 4, and then 5. Step back to down facing dog, and then start to walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold for one last time. And then inhale as we come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms. And you should be feeling quite warm. Cool, we've got some people joining. Hey, Anna. Okay, so for today, if you have a strap, that's going to be really handy. We're going to start the first round in a prone position. So the first round is the mobility round. You're going to need a strap for some prone snow angels. If you don't have a strap, you could use a PVC pipe, a broom handle, a belt, a scarf, any item of clothing that you can hold out quite wide. So without further ado, we'll go down to the floor as we're starting there. I will set up the clock and we will begin. So the first one, I'll just demonstrate it to you first before I start that clock. We're going to come down onto our stomachs in this prone position. You're going to get hold of your strap, wrap one end around your arms and come into this wide kind of grip on the strap. You're then going to come with your head down, face down to the ground, inhaling to lift your arms up and back, tap the strap behind, and then bringing the strap back to the front again. If you find that's too easy, you can start to narrow your grip as you do this. This is just going to help open and mobilize your shoulders. So this is the movement you are doing in just a second. So if you come to your mats in that prone position, face down, try and keep your forehead to the floor if you can. And we'll begin in 10 seconds. So I'll do the first few reps with you. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that strap all the way up and back. If you don't have a strap, you can do snow angels instead. So you can reach your arms all the way forwards, lift the palms off the floor and bring the hands around, twist the hands up and then come back to the center of your back. Sorry, I should have demonstrated that one at the same time. So whichever one you prefer to do.
Halfway there.
You're halfway. So you're just opening and mobilizing those shoulders. Challenge yourself now, see if you can reduce that grip if you're using a strap.
Seconds.
And then in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. The next one is a cobra peel. So we're going to take our fingers out wide, forehead to the ground again. And as we inhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back and down and then lift the body vertebrae by vertebrae off the floor, literally peeling it away. And then exhaling to lower. If this is too much, you can always come to Sphinx and just do lifts and lowers in this manner. Whenever you're ready, begin. So you're just taking the arms out wide, fingertips to the floor, squeezing those shoulders back and down, and then lifting as you inhale, and then exhaling to lower. So really think about that curvature in the spine as you fold and bend. Try and move each vertebrae one by one if you can, and make sure you reset at the bottom. So you've got 14 more seconds to go.
10 seconds.
And rest. So now the next one we're doing is a low lunged pyramid. So we're going to start with the right leg forwards and switch halfway. Coming into that low lunge, roll the shoulders back and down, feel that stretch in the hip flexor. And as you exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg and lift the back knee and fold over that front leg into pyramid pose. So you're inhaling to lunge, exhaling to pyramid, then switch over and reset.
Let's go.
So we'll stay on the right foot forwards or left foot, whichever one you've got forwards now, in that lunge position, exhaling and inhaling. Don't change feet until halfway. You'll feel this stretch in the hip flexor and of course the hamstring. And then when you're halfway, switch sides. So right foot or left foot comes forwards, back knee resets to the ground in that low lunge, pulling back into that pyramid pose.
10 seconds.
So really think about the movement and alignment and rest. The next one is a wide leg revolved transition. So we're coming into this wide leg forward fold position, setting yourself up nice and wide, come all the way down, placing the hands in the middle, and we're going to switch from side to side as we lift and twist, alternating hands from side to side. So you should get a nice stretch not only in the legs, but in the shoulders. So whenever you're ready,
Let's go.
take your legs as wide as you want. So feet, long edges of feet against short edges of mat. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to come down into that fold, and then inhaling to lift and twist. And as we're just going from side to side, there's no need to worry about changing halfway. Just keep moving all the way through it. So with this one, when you lift and reach up, see if you can really press
Halfway
into
there.
the ground and push that back, that top hand all the way around to get maximum movement range. And see if you can fold deeper each time as well. You have 10 seconds left. And then we're on to our final movement of this round.
Rest.
So the next movement is down dog to wild thing. We've been doing some variations of this over the week, so I'll demonstrate the first one and then show you the variations. So from down facing dog, you're going to lift one leg up, drop it all the way up and over, find that wild thing back bend, and then come all the way back through to down facing dog, step over, and do the other side.
Left.
If this is too much for you, you can always just do a hip twist, or you can come to that bear to bridge rotations that we've been doing in previous weeks. Lovely wild thing, Anna. That's really good.
Halfway there.
So you're over halfway. Take your time with this one. Really focus on finding those positions, setting yourself up correctly with the alignments. You've got 10 seconds left. And then you have a whole minute's worth of rest.
Rest.
And rest. So you can sit back in extended child's pose or sit on your mat, wherever you are comfortable. The next round, is a strength round. So the first movement that we have for this one is a seated heel tap. So we're going to sit in this staff pose position with the legs straight out in front of you. Think about really activating those feet and flexing them back towards you. We're just literally going to have the fingers by the sides of the knees if you can, and you're going to lift one leg and then lift the other leg. So you're going to try and keep nice and straight and engage that core and those compression muscles in your quads as you do this. So you should feel this across your whole front in terms of where you're working out. You have 10 seconds left, so I suggest come down to this seated position, set yourself up, pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath, set yourself up, and then begin. So just gently. Obviously, the quicker you do this, the easier it is. So if you can take some time lowering that leg down, maybe to lift for 1 and then count 3 on the way down, you're going to get way more out of this movement. You're just coming up to halfway now.
Halfway there.
And after this movement, we are going to flip around onto our stomachs. So you've got 10 seconds left. Your screen keeps freezing, Anna.
Rest.
So we're going to come down for the next movement in Locust Pose. So we're going to come straight down onto our stomach in a prone position, reaching forwards with the arms. We're going to inhale to lift into Locust and then squeeze the shoulders back and down with cactus arms. Reach back forwards, exhale to lower. So you're inhaling to lift, squeezing those shoulders back and down, reaching back forwards, exhaling to lower. So just take your time again with this one, with all the strength ones. The slower, oh, don't worry, if it's frozen, I just can't see to coach you, but I guess you're getting the movements okay. Might be the internet. That's better.
Halfway there.
So you're halfway there, you're in this locust pose. See if you can slow it down even more, maybe if you want to challenge yourself. Hold for maybe a count of 3 in this position with the cactus arms, and then reach back forwards, and then exhale to lower. So you've got 5 seconds to go, and rest. The next one is a forearm glute bridge rainbow. So you're going to come onto your forearms. You can either have palms down or clasp hands together, and you're simply going to have one knee leaning, and you're just going to literally tap one leg to one side and then lift all the way over. If you want to make this harder, you can come up into a full forearm plank and do it that way.
Let's go.
And then when you get to halfway, switch legs. Try and keep those hips nice and low in that plank position if you can. Make it harder for yourself, you'll find it a lot harder. Really good. You're over halfway now, so you've got just coming up to 10 seconds to go, we'll tell you.
10 seconds.
And then we're on to 2 more movements of this round.
Rest.
So the next movement is a hold. We're going to take the side plank hold. Option 1, kneeling. Option 2, a regular side plank with your foot stacked or behind or in front. Or option 3, star plank. We're then going to switch over at halfway and do the other side. So pick your variation. You're going to be holding for roughly 15 to 20 seconds.
Let's go.
So when you're ready, set yourself up in whichever side plank variation. So that's kneeling, stacked, or star. And then holding here until it gets to 25. So you've done, it will be about 20 seconds. If you need to come down and reset, you can. You've got 3, 2, 1, relax. Switch sides, because you'll be at halfway in a second. Reset. And then push the ground away again. So whichever variation you're doing, you've obviously got the kneeling, the regular, or the star.
10 seconds.
And then whenever you're ready, you can start to lower yourself back down.
Rest.
The final movement of this round is a single leg glute bridge. So you're going to come onto your back, find that bridge position that we go into for stretching, and we're just going to take one leg up. So instead of having both legs to the ground, you can do this by all means with both feet. You're going to take one leg up and keep the hips nice and high off the ground as you find those single legs. We'll obviously swap at halfway. So set yourself up, think about creating that nice straight line with the hips as you do this. So almost flex the toe and kick the heel away. So you're really engaging through those muscles. Really press into the ground with that bottom leg.
Halfway there.
And if you want to make it harder, you can add a tempo. So we're halfway, so you should have switched by now. If you want to make it harder, you can add a tempo, counting down as you come down for maybe 3. And you got 10 seconds left. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Cool, so that's the strength section over. We've got just a minute's worth of rest, and then we're into the 5th and final round. So the first movement of the 5th and final round, I'll demonstrate now. You're going to come up into your down-facing dog position. You're going to lift one leg up high, find your tiger curl, and then step back. You can do this with both feet on the floor or keep that leg lifted as you come through for a chaturanga. So option to go high plank with knees, low plank, and then cobra. Or option from down-facing dog, tiger curl, send it back, replace the foot, and then scoop the chest through and come straight up into up dog without putting the thighs on the ground. That is the hardest variation. The option is also there for you to do it with one leg up high. So set yourself up in down-facing dog, and we'll begin. So you're coming into down-facing dog, sending a leg back, exhaling for that tiger curl, nose to knee, kick back, replace the foot, and then you're coming through that chaturanga or vinyasa, your choice. And then switching sides. So left leg goes up, tiger curl as you exhale, step back, chaturanga.
Halfway there.
So you should be able to get 2 more in. And then we will move on to our next
10
round.
seconds.
Brilliant, and relax.
Rest.
The next movement is a high lunge. So you're gonna come up into this high lunge, really activate and shoot that back heel down. You're going to simply lift and twist to drop the back knee. Inhale to lift back up into high lunge. Exhale to lift and twist. So you're literally doing this, and then at halfway, we will swap sides. So in 3, 2, 1,
Let's go.
set yourself up in that high lunge position. Exhale to twist, dropping that back knee. Inhale to high lunge, exhale to twist. You've got about 10 more seconds before you change legs. Really think about engaging those thighs on the back and engaging the glutes on the front leg. And of course the core to help you stabilize. So we're switching sides now. So this other leg comes forwards, finding that high lunge, and then exhaling as you drop the knee to the floor. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to
10
twist.
seconds.
Just take your time and relax. The next one is plank jacks. So we're building up our plank strength. You can either do this in a normal plank or a forearm plank, and you're simply just going wide with the feet and then narrow with the feet. Option to jump or option to step in and out. If you need to do a kneeling plank, you could just step back
Let's go.
and forwards. So pick your variation, find that plank position, keep those hips nice and low, squeeze that pelvis and jump from one to the other. Obviously, the more plank jacks you can get in, the harder you're going to be working. So you should feel this probably in your core if you're keeping your hips nice and low. Maybe in your shoulders as well. It's getting hard, it's halfway there now. So not long to go. You've only got 2 more movements left. And then we've got
10 seconds.
brilliant.
Rest.
So the next movement now is a goddess pose with a lateral twist. So you're going to come down into your goddess. You're then going to step and tuck and then come back, step and tuck. So it's a bit of a balance challenge. You've got 3 seconds to go, so find your goddess pose.
Let's go.
Reset in the middle each time. And whenever you're ready, set yourself up. So come down into that goddess. Inhale to lift, tuck, squat, lift, squat, lift. So you should feel this. It's really after you've done those plank jumps, especially
Halfway there.
working hard to keep your balance as your heart races along. Really good. You're over halfway now. You've just got 10 seconds left. I don't know what's happened to my music. And then we've got 1 final movement left.
Rest.
The final one for the day is a low plank knee tap. So you're going to come into the high plank position, drop down low if you can, and you're just going to tap your knees to the floor. So see how, I think that's the right one. Low plank. Just trying to figure it out for myself. I think it is low plank. So low plank and then press back, knee tap. That's what you're doing. So low plank. It's almost like a mini push-up, and press back to do your knee taps. So you're coming from your high plank, squatting to low plank, catching yourself, and then pressing back. If you don't want to tap your knees, you can always try and reach for your feet if mobility allows.
Halfway there.
Wherever you can get to, just to get some strength and cardio at the same time. You're over halfway. This has been quite a sweaty one
10
already.
seconds.
And when you finish this, you can sit back in extended child's pose in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Well done.
1, and relax. So you just got a couple of breaths in extended child's pose. I'm just going to put the music back on because it's completely disappeared. And just take a couple of breaths there. And then we'll stretch it out. So once you've taken your couple of breaths in child's pose, slowly come up into a seated position. And we'll just take the foot, so left foot to the floor, right ankle crosses over the left knee, and we'll just scoot the bum in for a seated figure of 4 stretch. Bringing the chest towards the shin. Taking a few deep breaths on this side, and you can rock from side to side in this one if you want to, if that helps. And then when you've taken a few breaths on this side, slide the bum back, unlock the legs, and then switch sides. So left ankle comes across right knee, scoot the bum towards the heel, set yourself up in that nice upright chest to shin position for figure of 4. And again, if you want to rock from side to side, sometimes that feels quite nice. Couple of deep breaths here. And then we'll scoot the bum back, unravel the feet, and come onto our backs. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, just hug them, rock from side to side, back and forth, and then take the arms out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. Take the toes to the floor, keep the heels lifted, and we'll just drop the knees from side to side for a few window wipers to finish. We're aiming for about 5 each side. So I'm going to do 1 more each side. And then slowly bring the knees back in towards my chest. Hug them again with both arms. Rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, just roll all the way over and come up to seated. And join me in one last inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.